Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web. It's Wednesday afternoon, off to my dad's, and I thought I'd do another Road 2 video. Shut up. As you can see, since last time I've had a bit of a dye in my beard. It's not gone too well. It looked okay when it first went on Thursday, but it's just washing out rather rapidly. It's not holding its colour, as it were. So it's a case of having to find one that's a little bit better, in fact a lot better, that lasts more than 2 or 3 days, because it was fading on Sunday. I mean, I put it on Thursday, it looked fine on Thursday, but you wash it and it's out near enough. So it was fading, and it's been fading and fading and fading. It's had a shower before I came out, and it's faded a hell of a lot more, but there we are, never mind. Can't have everything, as they say. And right, so hope you all had a nice I hope you all had a nice weekend. Easter Sunday, being Sunday just gone. I think Greece is still, Greece I think still has its Easter to come, so anybody who is living in Greece, happy Easter when that one arrives. I'm sure they have it. I'm sure they have their Easter Sunday later than we do, but there we are. Didn't get anything for Easter. I don't bother with it really as a kind of for Easter eggs and stuff like that. I got I got my daughter and her other half, Danny. I'll start this one again. I got my daughter Rebecca and her fiance Danny a little bit of chocolate and whatnot, and Isabel, because she's only 2 months old, or just over 2 months old, 10 weeks old, 11 weeks old I think this week. She's not eating chocolate as yet, obviously, so we got a couple of little outfits and a bunny holding a rabbit, you know, cuddly toy job, a bunny holding a rabbit, a bunny holding a carrot. You know, it's just one of those things. You're going to be getting into the Easter spirit next year, I think, which is very near the Christmas spirit, I suppose. Only the Easter spirit, I think, is just stuffing yourself with chocolate, but well. And for a change this weekend in the UK, it was a gorgeous Monday. It turned a little bit towards evening, but we were in the studio at Charlie Hospital Radio for the why did that just go blurry? We was in the studio then for our Beehive show at Charlie Hospital Radio, and sorry, I'm just reading this sticker on the back of this car. Sorry, I have to drive this way because I have a black box fitted, so go blank yourself up the blank with a blank. That's fair enough. She's not going, never mind. It was worth a try. There's too many cars coming now, so I thought it'd be nice and let her out, but well, the chance was missed. Now, there's not been really any big steps forward with the flat, so I can't really update you on anything there. We're just sort of like muddling through boxes and bags and things like that and trying to find stuff. I am hoping as time goes on that we're going to get well, not as time goes on, but I'm hoping soon we can get the my desk sorted out for my old worktop, because I really need that table fairly soon. So fingers crossed, but well, if I can I can, if I can't I can't. It is one of those things. As for everything else, Thursday night we went to Charlie Hospital. We had an award ceremony kind of thing. We have been broadcasting at Charlie for 50 years. Not me, but last year it was the 50th anniversary of Charlie Hospital Radio, as well as the 50th anniversary of Jethro Tull, the 50th anniversary of my favourite movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, and my 50th anniversary as well. But yeah, we had an award ceremony. Somebody from the Hospital Broadcasting Association came round with a certificate of 50 years service, and that was awarded to the station. And there were a few people who had long service awards as well, so we combined the two and had a long service award ceremony for individual members of 10 and 20 years, I think. Some were doing 10, some were doing 20. There was nobody with 15 or 5. But I think somebody also had 40-year anniversary. That's good going. Anyone who can do the same voluntary work for 40 years. Well, saying that, when I got my 5-year award at Wrightington, one of the women from the from another part of the volunteers got a 50th anniversary, or 50th award rather. Good going. That's the life of commitment, that is. But there you are. We just go through it. I'm just wondering how long I can be there. I'm going to stay as long as I can, as long as I feel able to, and as long as I'm allowed to, really. Friday, what happened Friday? Nothing during the day. We're just doing a bit more unpacking. We had a very hectic week last week. It was here, there and everywhere. As I think we mentioned this in last week's Road 2. We had a very hectic week, so oops, let's just spray some water on that screen to stop all the little lines of dust getting on. This car really needs a clean. It's been a little workhorse over the past few weeks. And with some of the rain and all the dust that's been kicked up, I know we've not had much rain, but with what rain we have and the dust that's been kicked up, it's looking a little bit untidy. So Tuesday I think we're going to take it in for a good cleaning. She deserves it. She's been a good girl over the last few weeks. Yeah, so Friday was doing a little bit of unpacking and tidying up. We can actually walk into the middle bedroom, not middle bedroom, spare room now. And then Saturday I was at Wrightington with Ali and the others who we do the show with. Little Al, his wife Carol and Sylvia. So we do the 4M show on a Saturday afternoon. And then what happened? Oh yeah, I went to a friend of Ali's for a bit of a get together. We got the karaoke out, and no, I didn't sing, before you ask. I avoided it like the plague. I didn't sing, but a few people sang. There was a few drinks and whatever. We just sat there chatting. So yeah, it was all right. Sunday, what happened? Oh God, not much really. Not much at all. We just chilled out a bit. Well, saying chilled out, we did a bit of tidying around in the flat and whatchamacallit, and then I went to my dad's, which I usually do on a Sunday. Sunday and Wednesday I usually go to my dad's, unless I'm not feeling too good, or I've got other things I have to do, appointments and whatnot. No, something's come up or he's not there. So yeah, that's basically all we did Sunday. And then what was it, after my dad's we went to my daughters and spent the evening with them, give them their Easter prezzies. Monday, as I say, was at the studio, and then we went to Ali's mum's for tea, and we watched Aquaman the movie. For DC, it was alright. You know, it was an alright movie, and then I heard one part where they're in one scene and I heard the voice of Roy Orbison singing in the background. I thought, oh yes, I'm getting to like this film now. So yeah, it was alright. It was a switch your brain off and enjoy a good adventure kind of movie. It wasn't anything you can sit and think about. It wasn't Marvel after all. I'm more of a Marvel person than DC. For DC, I do like Batman. I like I like Batman. For DC, that's about it really. I used to watch the TV series of Wonder Woman in the 70s and early 80s with is it Linda Gray, was it? Can't remember. But used to watch that, and now I think Aquaman is going to be a series of movies that I wouldn't mind watching. I'm going to have to watch the Justice League one as well, aren't I? But, well, Batman vs Superman and Justice League, just to get the full Aquaman experience. I'm not watching it for Superman. No, not interested in. Not really interested in Superman. I know a bit about the law and whatever, but no, I'm not really interested. But yeah, it was not a bad movie. Yesterday, I had to go to the doctor's yesterday morning. Nothing serious. It wasn't an appointment for seeing the doctor. It was an appointment with they're actually starting up, and I was actually the first person to turn up for it. The first person to turn up for the very first group session. It was a COPD information session. I think there's going to be a few of them. It's just where a few people with COPD can get together and talk about how it affects us and that kind of thing. We'll talk about the treatments and what it is and that kind of thing, all the behind the scenes kind of stuff for COPD. I was the only person there who's never smoked a day in my life, so it's I think it was more because I've been around people who've smoked and I've worked in dusty environments. I think it's more that kind of issue that caused my COPD. Certainly wasn't smoking. But it was there for a couple of hours. It was interesting. I am going to keep going to these whenever they decide they're going to bring out another one. I don't know if it's going to be once a month or not. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I found out a few things about it I didn't know. And I found out how to use my sprays properly as well. Well, one spray. Those ones that you squeeze at the top, you've got the little canister inside the plastic holder, and it's like an L-shaped thing. You've got to breathe slow and long for that one. So as I squirt it, I've already started breathing into it, and breathe long and steady, or slow and steady, to get it right down to the bottom of your lungs. Apparently if it catches the back of your throat, you don't actually get any of the benefit of it, but it could lead to things like thrush and throat irritations, that kind of thing. So yeah, so one squirt, breathe in slowly, and if you can, use one of the spacers, but I've never been able to get the hang of those things. And then wait, and when you've had that one, shake it again if you need to have two, to mix the medication and the propellant, not accelerant, the propellant, mix them together, and then have your second spray. Don't automatically take one puff and then another puff without shaking it in between. There you learn something every day. So if you have those sprays and you've been doing it anyway other than that, you're like going and trying to breathe it in as quick as you can, you're doing it wrong. And a lot of actually a lot of medical staff do it wrong as well, I was told. So yeah, we're not the only ones. It's not just something that lay people can get wrong. It's medical professionals can get it wrong as well. So now today, oh yeah, after we went home, had a bite to eat, and then just started feeling incredibly rough. All we did yesterday was just work our way through series 9 of The Big Bang Theory. We started series 9 on Tuesday night, sorry, Monday night, before we went to bed. We watched the first episode, and then all I did yesterday was just watch that all day, because I really started feeling worse and worse as the day went on. I was actually in bed for 10 o'clock last night, and I slept right through till 9, and I still feel as though I've been hit by a bus. I think the fibro's catching up to me with all the stuff I've been doing over the last few weeks. I'm not expected to have a good few days over the next few days, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not letting it beat me, as you can tell, because I'm out and about again. So as I say, I'm not letting it beat me, but it'll be raining. I don't have anything open for over my head. Damn it. So what was I going to say then? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to see how each day goes now. I've got nothing really planned for tomorrow. We're just going to be spending the day trying to get a few more things unpacked and put away, and find places for things. I did actually find a rose that's been planted in the back garden. My neighbour Jean, she told me there was a white rose in there, but she didn't know where it had gone to. And as I was mooching about, looking at the plants that's in there already, among all the weeds in the grass, there's lots of peonies, there's daffodils, there's Montbretia, there's bluebells, white bells, there's a few Aquilegia in there. By the time I finish, there's going to be a few more Aquilegia in there, because I do like Aquilegia. It's a nice plant. But actually, there's a few I don't recognise. So there's a couple of bushes or shrubs or whatever you want to call them that I don't really recognise at the moment. So we'll see how they go this year. What was I saying now? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I found this particular stubby bit of plant, and as I was looking, I noticed just slightly to the side of it that there was a stem growing up with very recognisable leaves on, and I went, oh, there you are, you little beggar. So I found the rose. So Jean was out, so I said, hey, so I shouted her over. I said, Jean, I found that rose you were telling me about. So quite happy at that. And the rose that I bought from the garden centre that I put in a pot, that now has new growth on it, which is nice. It's not just the few cut off stems that I've got. There are stems growing off that now, so yeehaw. Gradely. And what else we've done is Ali has bought some celery. She's eaten most of it. She only left a little stub at the bottom. She put that stub in water, or those two stubs in water, because she got 2 clubs of stout celery, and they've started sprouting. So I planted those in a little trough. So I've got some celery growing. What I'm after, what I'm thinking of trying now is I've been told years ago that you can, and it's a very easy thing to do, graft the tomato plants onto a potato plant. So you graft the stems together, so you don't, you know, it's all one plant, but underneath the soil you'll get the potatoes, and above the soil you'll get the tomatoes. So I would like to have a try at that. I want to get a big bucket for that, see if I can do that. Also in time I want to get some an area sorted out where I can put some strawberries in. There's a particular type of strawberry that I tried a number of years ago at one of the garden centres that I frequented. There were quite a few knocking around, so as you do, you try the strawberries in the garden centres, and this particular one, it's called El Santa. I loved it. It was very, very sweet, lovely smooth taste to it. So I bought 3 plants of that and started growing them. I had them on the go, but they were on a, you know, one of them raised plinth kind of bowls, planters. It's like a bird bath kind of effety bob. I had it in there, and in the back garden when I was married, and oh dear, the thing got knocked over and the plants ruined, so I didn't get any more. I think some of the kids out were playing at the football or whatever at the back and get the ball over and knocked the ball over, and it just went. I think it was while we were on holiday somewhere, so by the time we got back there was nothing left of the strawberries, unfortunately. Well, nothing left of the plants. We'd had the strawberries, I'm not leaving them. But yeah, that was that. So I want to get some strawberry plants on the go. Ali's mum said there's a blueberry plant we could have that's in her back garden. It's in a pot, big red pot, so I just need to bring that back with me. So we've got, so we'll have celery, we're going to be eventually having strawberries, we'll be having blueberries, and Ali wants to grow raspberries as well, and we've seen a lovely raspberry plant in B&Q, a local DIY store. Well, not a local one, a national one, but in the one that is local to us, I saw this lovely looking raspberry. It's a golden yellow colour. So I showed Ali, and she quite liked the look of that, so I think we're going to get one of those to try, see how it goes. So we've got our plans of what we'd like to do. First of all, what we really have to do is go through the garden and sort out all what's there. Make a note of all the plants, decide which plants we are keeping and which ones we aren't. The ones that we're keeping, we're going to dig up and we're going to dig up certain areas of the garden and put down planting areas, and the plants that we dig up and are keeping, that we're going to put in there, so that they've got somewhere they can grow quite happily. But the ones that we throw in, they just go on the compost heap or whatever. I don't see the point of, well, it's not that I don't see the point. At the moment, the entire garden is overrun. We have, as I said, loads of daffodils, loads of bluebells. We don't need all that many. Don't mind a few, but not all that many, because there's plants I want to put in as well. So we have an a peony at the bottom of the garden that is already budding, and it's not very tall, so we're going to see how that goes. So we have quite a few things in mind that we want to do, but the problem is, ooh, the inside of the flats. I really want to get that sorted. I want to get everything out as it is, get that bit going, and then we can look at the outside. Because obviously we also want to make the run for the cats when they come along next year. Because we definitely don't want to be leaving them out. Alice, I think Alice mentioned it before, she's tried to find a home for them, but because of their age, I think the youngest is 8 and the other 2 are 10 or 11, they're not going to get anywhere, and they probably end up being put down, and they're really healthy cats. It's a shame. So that's how it goes. So at the moment we're keeping them, what's it? We're keeping the cats, and we are going to be making the shed that is outside into where into an area for the cats, and have a run on the outside of the. Well, we're having a run in the back garden. We're going to make one up, bit of wood and meshing, that kind of thing. So at least they've got somewhere that they can go in and keep warm, and somewhere else that they can go and have a run and climb about and get some fresh air and interact with us. And obviously we're going to be keeping an area where we can get in there to clean, because the last thing we want to do is leave it is not be able to get in there and end up getting filthy. That's not the way we work. And yeah, that's what we have. That's what's been happening over the past week, and the plans we have for the coming weeks and months. We'll keep you apprised of everything we're doing. While we're doing some of the work outside, we'll probably shoot some vlogging videos as well. But the problem we have now is my craft table at the moment is the one that we're using for the computer desk, and I really would like to have something else set up for that, so I can use my craft table for the base of my games table, so I can play a few games. At the moment I can't do that, so that's problematic. And then if we school kids, you can't ignore them, you can't run them over, never mind. Yeah, that was a joke, by the way. What was I saying then? Oh yeah, it's problematic because I want to get, as I say, the crafting table out of from where it is, and then I can either start playing games or be able to do a little bit of painting while I'm waiting for the kitchen units to be installed in the middle bedroom, in the spare bedroom, or what is now going to be our craft room. Reverse, and we're here. So yeah, well, that's it for this video. Oh dearie mine, let's just straighten the wheel and put my Doctor Who TARDIS wheel cover on. As I said, that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I know there's not much going on with me at the moment, but let's see how we go over the next few weeks. Fingers crossed we can get things done, but until we can get anything more done, you just, as I say, we're going to be relying on videos like this where we just sit and chat. So there we are for the time being. But hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.